All right. Okay. See if I can accept all these. I got so much stuff open. Right. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone is awesome. Okay. Let's just get into it. Hold on, y'all. Let me go. All right, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Let's see. Want to make sure I'm good over here. All right. So let's have a conversation about decentering men. Okay. I hope everyone is doing amazing. I hope everyone is doing awesome. Let me go ahead and put this out here. Okay. Let's see. I'm excited. I'm going to talk about this topic. I have my let's see here. I have my everything, all this stuff open. So I'm trying to get everything navigated through. So welcome to the live, everyone. Welcome to the live. I'm Coach Jay. I am a business owner. I'm a woman who is definitely very passionate about business, about helping women with building amazing lives for themselves, but also everything that she wants to add into her life is just absolute gravy. Like that's where we are. Okay. So I'm going to make this very clear. Let's get some disclaimers up front before we go forward. Okay. I am one of those women who is very much in her body, which means that I am very much in tune with who she is. So number one, I am looking to have a mature live, okay? Very mature, which means what? That if you're coming here to argue with me, you'll be blocked without warning, okay? Number two, if this is a conversation specifically for women who are entrepreneurs, okay? If you are not either that, aspiring to be one, then of course you are more than welcome to leave. If there are men that are contributing to this conversation and is disrespectful to me and to the commenters, you need to go and you will be blocked. Okay. I am not here to talk about hating men. I am not talking about that you should leave men alone. That is not the purpose of this conversation. So I want to make sure that I'm very clear because I know that the title alone will attract men that are ready to fight. Okay. And I know that it will also attract women that are ready to defend their belief systems concerning being with men no matter where they are in their life. Okay. So I do block. Okay. I do block and I don't care. I love everybody. So if you're going to be here, be here. In my world, everybody agrees with me. I'm being 100. In my world, that's the law of assumption at play. Everybody agrees with me. So I want to make sure y'all hear what I'm saying. Okay. I got TikTok up and I got YouTube up. So there we are. So I hope everything is clear and we're moving on. Okay. All right. So I'm excited about being here today. I'm excited about being here today. So we're talking about decentering men. Okay. We're decentering men. Oh, and I forgot to say this. Another disclaimer. I love marriage. I think marriage is, I agree with it, right? But I don't agree with poor marriages. I think marriages need to be something that it was meant for. Okay. That's me. And I'm all about marriages that are healthy, that are mutually beneficial, and is wealth foundational. And yes, I include money and assets. Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure I get that out of the way before people come, why are you married? I'm divorced and I don't regret it not one bit. Do I want to be married? No, but I do go to weddings. Invite me to the wedding, honey. I will go. Okay. So let's just go into why this conversation even came up. Okay. Why are we talking about decentering men? Like I said, I don't want to attract men that are coming here and be disrespectful because you'll be blocked. Okay. Because I know they're ready to fight. Like this is a very emotional, immature generation. And I want to make sure that we understand where we are and how women can listen and how they can definitely be in spaces where they're feeling a lot more challenged, a lot more protected in so many ways that they are flowing in their own energy. So decentering men, let's just go right into it. Decentering men, we want to make sure that if we're going to decenter men going into 2024, that we have a plan in place. You have to have a plan. Okay. You have to have goals. You have to have understanding of what that looks like for myself. The biggest thing here, what is decentering? What does it mean to decenter? That's number one. Let's start there. So as a business and mindset coach, I teach women how to take care of themselves, build businesses. And if they have husbands, they need to integrate their husbands into their building process. If they are single, then they need to focus on building. So that way they are securing themselves and they can make fruitful and mature and self beneficial decisions regarding their own life. Because when we don't have what we need and we don't have what we want, we tend to make decisions based off that lack. You can be manipulated, you can be deceived, and that is from a lack mindset. Okay. So what does it mean to decenter? What does it mean to decenter? If you're coming in, say hashtag live or tell me live that you're here listening, tell me something. Okay. Don't come in here, like I said, be ready to fight. Like I said, everybody in my world agrees with me. Okay. They agree with me. So I'm excited. Let's talk about it. What does decentering mean? Decentering means to shift the traditional or central focus. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Ashley. Shifting the traditional or central focus from men, right? That's the whole term, decentering men. We're shifting the traditional or central focus from men in various aspects of life. And placing more emphasis on other perspectives or groups. Okay. You need to start developing a different perspective. Now, this is the reason why we're crazy. You were not created crazy for a man. Okay. Let's start there. You were not born for marriage. You were born whole and complete. WHOLE. You were born whole. This is why you got two complete X's. You were born whole and you were born to be possibly a resource. And I put possibly there because I know for sure that you're meant to be a resource. I'm just not like, what is the other part of it? So women naturally, most women, right? Most women come into this realm where we usually know. And when I say we usually know, KNOW, we usually know. What do I mean by that? We usually come up with different ideas. We're smart. We catch on quicker. We're very creative, right? We're painting. We're drawing. We're great at English. Most women are very good in English and reading and writing. We're very good at those things because those are creatives. Those are very feminine subjects, right? So most of us came in with that. So, but the thing is that many of us were indoctrinated to believe that we were born to be married to someone. Like you need to get married, or you need to get you need to get, but our mothers and grandmothers, especially for Black women, for the community, the community, most women were told, go ahead and get your degrees, get your degree, need you to go to school, get yourself together, you need to get your career together. And I see why our parents, our mothers, our grandmothers, our great grandmothers, our aunts told us these things, because they did not want us to fall into the trap of the traditional sense to center men into our lives, because they had to. It was survival. Hey, Asia. It was survival. I think y'all see what I'm saying? It was survival. It was about surviving, because capitalism makes it very difficult for women to thrive. This is the reason why biologically it's difficult for women to thrive. This is why you got all kinds of caffeine and birth control pills and birth control shots and all of this stuff. Because why? Because women especially, we have to keep the train rolling and going so that we can make stuff happen. Okay? We already got hormonal stuff going on. We're up and we're down. We're up and we're down. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. I don't have my earpiece in. So if y'all heard that. So one of the things too, and give me some hearts, TikTok. I need to get this. I want to see it get to 1,000. So one of the things I want to say here too is biologically, women don't, in a tradition, like if you go all the way back before the start or the beginning of legal marriage, because marriage did not become legal, like a thing, a concept, until the 1700s. Okay. So all that crap that, oh, God created marriage. No. Well, if you want to, that's a whole nother live. I ain't gonna go there today. That type of concept was not the original. It was, marriage in a sense was to, quote unquote, when a man and a woman actually indulge, okay, in intercourse, and the woman's hymen is torn, okay? That's when it was, classified as marriage. And that's really something that the woman's body was the measuring tool, not the man, the woman, okay? Why is that though? Why is that? Why is it that that's the only reason why? You were born into a space where you had to, like, in order for you to experience abundance. Okay, so you were born, the planet is abundant, right? The planet is feminine. It's a feminine. Why is it feminine, Jay? because it's the planet grows, it kills, it replenishes itself, water, food, fruit. And when you go into different parts of the world, like Costa Rica or Dominican Republic, or some of these other island tropical areas, when you look on the trees are bearing fruit. When you go into like places like America, those are masculine trees. Like metropolitan like metropolitan areas, they don't have any fruit. Like I can't go down the street and see an apple and get an apple from the tree. You know why? Because it's a masculine tree. No fruit is on it. It's just leaves. Ain't that a word right there? That's a word right there. But feminine trees have fruit. Like it feeds humans. And she could do it all by herself. Okay? All right, here we go. So, the prioritization to put men in your space of wanting and needing was programmed, because like originally you did not need it. Biologically, you did not need a man. You had to have one because you needed to survive. Okay. Back then, they didn't have technology like they do now. Back then, you had to do a lot of thinking in order to produce something. Women are emotional by nature. That's Mother Earth. It's the same thing. It's an emotional thing. We're very emotional beings. But if you are going to be in a capitalistic society, which is what we're in, it takes you being less soul. So you are really numb. You have to be numb. Like, I don't care about your rights. I don't care about how you feel. I don't care about your orgasm. I don't care about that. We only care about this. Women more, we care more. We indulge in. Do y'all see what I'm saying? We're very, very caring. But that's by way of we just care. Mother Earth is like, just go back to what I said about the trees. The whole world was in many places. You had snow, you have tropical areas, you have temperament areas, but every area of the world, of the planet, has its own ecosystem, its own temperament, its own, everything has its own system of how it thrives and bears fruit or bears results, right? So it's grass, and then you have trees that you can just eat the leaves and make a tea from. The planet was designed for you to eat from, okay? However, they had to put something in place. Who was they? I do not know, but they put something in place in between called currency, money, to get so that you can experience abundance on the planet that is already abundant. Like to go to a tropical area and go to a beach. What does it have to do with decentering me and Jay? You losing me. No, I'm not losing. I'm bringing it all back together because I'm trying to give you some insight in order for you to experience abundance or go to places where you can relax, where you can lay in peace, listen to the water, be at some level of relaxation. Guess what? You got to pay for that. You got to pay for that. But you're stuck in metro areas to work. Okay? So keep that in mind as I go into this next thing. The inverse relationship that we have as men and women is because men need us to survive. What are we talking about, Jay? Listen to me. And I know this is where men probably going to cut up right here. And if they do cut up, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Because without us, we are portals, right? We're portals of energy. We're portals of balance. We're portals of stability. We're home. This is why when men, when they don't indulge in adult activities, I don't want to say the word online. What happens is, you gotta go. So that's a lie. Goodbye. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, no. Anyway, it's literally this. It's literally this. Men have to have us in order to feel at some level of, what is it called? Homeostasis. There has to be a balance for them. It's just women can go without. Have you noticed? Like, for example, when men and women, when there is something that breaks off a relationship, most women do what? I want y'all to sign off in the comments. What do women do? Women usually what? Take time to what? Heal, right? Usually that's what we do. We heal, or we'll kind of be to ourselves, all of that. Y'all tell me. Usually women will heal. They will take some time by themselves. They'll go to the gym. They'll start replenishing themselves. That's how I could tell. Like, you can tell when a woman is really loved in a relationship. She's usually in her feminine. She's usually in her softness. She's usually she takes care of herself. It's really a restoration process. Yes, Asia. She usually rejuvenates herself. She, like Asia just said, she levels up. Usually men will come at that time when a woman is leveled up. Like, she feels good about herself. She feels good. She's confident. She's dressed nice, hair together, lashes on point. Like, we just like get our credit right. We got goals now. We done redid our whole vision board. We get these soul ties, all this other stuff. But you start to get with someone who brings you down, okay? Brings you down, which means there's no replenishing of energy. So this person will marry or get with someone, and they will literally drain the life force if she is not kept. Okay, so there we go, right here. Here we go. So because of that, because of those energetic imbalances, what happens is that because a lot of men are not trained to understand the feminine. They're not trained to understand women. They're not trained to understand us. They're not trained to understand what it truly means to protect, provide, and to give space, right? They're not taught to do that. So what has happened, and I'm talking about as a society, I'm not talking about Black men, I'm not talking about white men, I'm talking about as a society. Most men are not taught that, which is why we have a middle class, okay? Which is why we have a poverty class. So up top, right? Up top, wealthy men knew the assignment. They knew the assignment. You're not always going to get love out of that person. You're not always going to get a man that loves. However, he understands the energetics of the woman. This is how a lot of the wealth, like y'all say, oh, well, men up there, sometimes they treat the woman wrong. No. Hold up. They understand the energetics. Why am I saying that? He gives the woman space, gives her a lifestyle, gives her a life of security, okay? Gives her a space to create, gives her a space to be a woman, right? Gives her, like, maybe she can run a business, or maybe she can just run a nonprofit or something like that. She has something passionate that she can do. while the man does his thing, right? But this is the thing. The woman is in a space where she can relax and create. That's why I always tell my clients, like, relaxed women who are relaxed in their body, not outside of their body to where they're emotional and thinking about the past, the present, and all this other stuff. I mean, past and the future. Like, they're not anxious, right? They're not anxious and depressed. So you got anxiety, which is I'm worried about the future. I'm creating stories about the future. I'm creating stories about what could happen. What's the worst case scenario? Rather, you got the past, which is depression, like, oh, I regret all of my choices. I wish I could go back and do this. I wish I can go back and do that. Maybe I shouldn't have went with that person, or I shouldn't have done this. So that's depression, right? So you're thinking of the past and you're thinking about it over and over and over again every day. You're living the same moments every single day, right? So anyway, so if you haven't learned those how to be in today, and how to be aligned with your now, you will stay in those emotionally unhinged places. Which means, so biologically, we did not and did not have to need men. However, we had to have laws. Look at the whole, like I wish y'all would read and look at laws that were put in place for women in the past, like the whole Roe versus Wade thing and all this other stuff. Most of these were laws to control the woman because you let her have, honey, she don't have to, this is why they had to make wedding rings. That's why they have to make engagement rings. Claiming. It's a claim. You are seen as property. Even today, like, yeah, we have a voice. Yes, but women have to be claimed. It drives people nuts to see a woman without a ring on. Like, where's your ring? Are you married? Aren't you married? Why aren't you married? You see those questions that come up, why aren't you married? Oh, something wrong with you being married. I think a woman, if she's over 35 and she's not married, I think something wrong with her. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? It bothers us. Something happens when you see a woman who's 40 or 45 or whatever, or 25 or 30, and you don't see a ring on her finger. And it's like, why aren't you? You see how that it riles up emotions. But you see a woman with a ring, you're like, oh, she's married. She's claimed. Without all that, y'all, women could be walking around here being energetic sources, and men have an issue like, I need that woman with me because she's my energetic source. She's my plug. Like what you say, plug for a sock. She's my socket. I gotta plug, I gotta get energy from somewhere. Where am I gonna get my power? Where am I gonna get my power? I gotta get my power from somewhere. Why do you think we have prostitutes? Why do you think we have sex workers? Why do you think that? Powers, y'all, I really wish y'all could understand this. This is what I'm saying about decentering. So what happens is that in a capitalistic society, most women, it's not that you want to be loved. You want to get to a place where you can feel secure. That's usually what it is. I just want to feel secure. I want to feel secure. I want to feel safe. That's why you have all these laws, because men have a tendency to be a little volatile. You need protection. Have you ever went somewhere and it was a group of men and they stop and stare? They have to stop and look at you walk by. Now, I'm not saying women don't do it, but I really believe women were, it was almost like they were created to. They were not created to, they were programmed to. So most women come into this realm and you're already complete and whole. You were programmed to believe this and the third about men because it was mostly rooted in security. It just was. And you look for that because of the fast system. It's a fast system. This is why many times when y'all be doing things, and when I say doing things, I'm talking about adult activities. If you feel drained afterwards, if you don't feel secure, if you don't feel energetic, if you don't feel more confident after you finish, it's because that life force was taken from you and that person did not give you that security or that ease that you need. That's most of, and when they feel energetic and they get up and they start building stuff, they took your energy. They took your energy. So self-respect, self-confidence, self-sufficiency are three of the worst things that you can teach a woman from their perspective. Even like just look at how me writing decentering men in this comment section brings men to the conversation. You know why? Because how dare you? How dare you talk about? How dare you talk about women getting the respect? Like I'm right here on TikTok and men are coming to the conversation and it's literally you see what I'm saying? So if I see decentering men on the and I'm a man, I would instantly like I wouldn't even think to go into the conversation because I'm a man. I don't have to be in the conversation because she's obviously talking to women. She's not talking to me. And in fact, I would want women to decenter us because guess what? When a woman starts focusing on her life and building businesses and building infrastructure and building her own safety, her own security, then she can literally choose from a state of abundance instead of a state of lack. Most women do that, which is why it's so important. I tell women, like, you have to start understanding the security. You build a business so that you can have the wisdom because your wisdom and your intuition is not developed, which is why we have all these lists. All these lists that's going around about where to take the woman for the first date and that, you know, Ruby Tues and what's wrong with Applebee's. As a 40, 45, 35, 30-year-old woman plus or whatever, a man taking you out on it, it's not about just the place. It's about the intent. They can take you to a 5-star restaurant and still be about just you being nothing to them. But you know that the caliber of men that you want, like most women, if you hear them talk, they'll talk about, I want a man that's wealthy. I want a man that got money. I want a man that got, you know why women are like we naturally want that because guess what? It's security for us. But most of the men that y'all are looking at and arguing with, like those are men that don't even qualify. And women don't qualify. Let me go here. Let me go here because I'm trying to make this as basic as possible so y'all can understand what I'm saying. I know men have a tendency, and I'm going to go to the community. So the Black community real quick. A lot of the men are, and women, I'm putting both of us in there. We have an undeveloped community. Okay. When I say undeveloped, I'm talking about emotionally, mentally, and socioeconomically. The data shows it. I don't have to make this up. Okay. I don't care how many single moms there are, who made them that way. Right. So we can go back and forth about, oh, well, I didn't want to marry her. Okay, so there are divorced women out there that are now single mothers, okay? Single women with children. And there's no regret about it. But this is what I always tell women, like, don't be so eager to jump into a relationship because all you're looking for is for help. Everybody right now that's looking for, like, I'm looking for, no, you're looking for help. There is no love in the conversation. I want somebody to love me. That love is conditional. It really is. I'm sorry. It's not unconditional. There is no such thing as, because there are standards. This is why I'm against women talking to men like they're 10. They're not children. They're men. You keep men accountable so that he can be the best he can be. And I know men are gonna say, well, what about you? What about you? No, you need me. That's why you always got to point them back, baby. You need me. I'm just saying. And I think sometimes you gotta, this is why women have to develop the aptitude and the attitude of, I'm okay who I am, even with my children. Because I'm gonna tell you this, I remember this man, this therapist on TikTok saying this, and I wish I could find his account, find his name. But he said something that was so key. He said, healed men are attracted to women if they, especially if they have kids. Okay, so if they have children, right? If they have children, your measuring success stick to attract a healed man is by way of how your children are raised by you. If you have emotionally intelligent children, if you have children that are managed and that are expressive and can communicate and behave accordingly, you tend to attract healed men. If you have order in your home, you attract more healed people. This is really not about attraction. It's more about setting the order. So even with all this inflation and stuff, if you stop worrying about how much money you got and how much money you need to make and how much money I don't have and I ain't got no money, it's too much. It's everything is too expensive. It's not too expensive. You need to make more money. I have clients closing deals all the time. You need to make more money. It ain't about like we need to, it's 50-50. Sometimes you have to go 50-50. You're going to be poor. And your children will be poor. So most of y'all that are entrepreneurs, you're trying to go after men that don't qualify for your destiny. Men have, like, I will say this, and I've always said this, if women would decenter men would get it together. I feel this in my spirit. I know what I'm talking about. When you break up with somebody, and you like still thinking about them and they going on and do it energetically, when you start focusing in yourself, what happens? When you turn it focus to be like, you know what, it's over. Let me just move on. I'm moving on with my life. You start energetically shifting back to you. What happens? What usually happens? I would love to know. I would love to know what y'all know. What happens? No, what do they do? Thank you, Aisha. Yes, they come back. They come back. They come back and they talk about all this stuff that they doing, and when they, I really miss you, and I've been thinking about us, and I remember you telling me that you wanted me to go back to school, and you wanted me to do this, and I got this new job, and I started this business. You start removing yourself energetically from that energy because it's almost like they feel the resource. that they once had leaving them. And they always come back. They always do. When you start focusing on yourself and restoration starts to happen, you start putting the pieces of your life back together, then that's usually what happens. But this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's not about so that they can, it's about us creating our own space and giving ourselves the absolute respect that we deserve and to create new normals. Because right now, I'm telling you, they are not okay. They're not okay. And I think I'm starting to see more and more men speak on this in terms of we got to get ourselves together, guys. And I said men need each other to keep each other accountable, and they don't do that. Women do very well with that. I think women keep women accountable. We're very good. We have sisterhoods. We do have we have to make sure that the sisterhoods are in alignment, right? You need to make sure that you have people in your circle, in your circle of friendships, that they are healthy, right? But most part, women do keep women accountable from what I see. Now, it could totally be something else. Women tend to invest in themselves more when it comes down to mental, economic, emotional, like therapy. We go and do what we have to do to restore ourselves. Am I lying or am I lying? Usually what happens is that women do experience growth. Am I lying or am I lying? No, Jay, you ain't lying. We literally pour back into ourselves all the time. Why is that though? Why is it that women invest more in themselves, in their mindsets, in their discipline, in their businesses? Why is that? And why is the investment smaller from men? Because we have so much going out. We're in spaces where most of our energy is being depleted. And money, security, woo, all of that, we have to replenish ourselves with knowledge, with understanding. We're trying to figure out, why do we do such things? How can I do better? I need to focus on this. I need to get my body together. I need to start eating better. I need to start thinking better. I need to start solving problems much more effectively. I need to invest in this program. I need to join this membership. I'm going to go to this conference. I'm going to attend this summit. We're always looking for ways to learn, to grow, to become better. That's what women are doing all the time, and we're always doing that. Women go get their nails and feet done. Women put care back into themselves. We'll go and get new makeup. We'll go and get new clothes to make us feel like we got it together. We have to reorganize, replenish, restructure ourselves. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, is that when you start decentering, if you stop prioritizing, like when you're making plans for your life, what does that look like? So now let's go into tactics, right? What can you take from this so that you'll understand, like, okay, Jay, I see what you're saying. I want to be better for myself. I want to be better, if I have children, better for my children. Because I'm going to tell you this, the more you prioritize men in your life, and especially if you have children, your children are going to grow up to resent you. They're going to grow up to resent you. Your children are your report card. Did y'all hear what I just said? Your children are your report card. They're looking, like, I don't care when people say I'm a good person. Your children are going to always tell the truth. They're going to tell the truth about you. I've always, like, I've told people that over and over and over again. You can be, oh, I'm not, that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. Ask your children. They are the report card of your life. So if you know, women out here trying to find a man before you secure your children, like, you need a will, you need trust funds for your children. You need to secure your children. You have to do that. Some of y'all are not understanding this. That's very important. Secure your children. Well, the daddy needs to be decenter. I'm gonna tell you this, and I know that this is gonna punch some of y'all in the belly, but I'm telling you this because I love you. Don't let nobody tell you that single mothers make terrible parents, and that's a lie. I'm telling you that's a lie. Those are opinions because they resent their own mamas. Women can bear children, and I don't care how many you got, you are absolutely capable of building infrastructures and wealth for your children. It is not required. This is we're going into the matriarchal age. We're going into the age of the divine feminine. That means that the feminine is much more equipped to feed the children what they need. But you need to stop you need to stop centering men and trying to find a daddy for your children. Your children are fine. So I want you to understand something. You have the ability to take care of your children. You need to get available for your children. If you are by yourself and trying to raise babies on your own, you need to find a way to be available. She said, she's talking to me, y'all. You need to be available. You need to get available. Come off these jobs that are hemming up your time from your children. When your children need you, you need to be available. This is why I'm very passionate about building businesses. My daughter, when she came into this world, and I knew I was going to become a mother that was going to be possibly raising this child alone, I had to get it together. I had to get it together. I said, now, wait a minute. I got to do it. I got to be available. Because when you have a two-parent household, one person can be available and somebody else can be at work, whatever. But if both people are at work and they can't get away, who's going to be there for the child? But as a mother, you have to be available. You need flexibility in your schedule. You cannot be all hemmed up in a job that you can't even replenish yourself. You have to have time. You have to have the availability to work, create transactions, to pour into your children, and to secure your babies. If you have children, if you are a single woman without children, then it's very important that you feed into yourself and you build wealth on your own so that you can choose. Like even the energy has to change. You should be, it ain't no boyfriend. Ain't no boyfriends. There's no such thing as boyfriends. I'm so over it. Even when I was 19, 20, I didn't believe in boyfriends. Like for what is that? What is that? That's my boyfriend. Like, are you kidding me? No, in order to be anything in my life, you have to show me. And you have to take care of some things for me. Because you want my time. And you want my energy. That's going to cost you. And see, when I start talking like that, people get in their feelings. This is the reason why women desire suitors. In the wealth trajectory, you have suitors. Do y'all understand that? You don't have boyfriends. See, women want teddy bears for Valentine's Day. When, they want, they want to go out to eat and, No, 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 no. I want to see security. That's why I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was 21. Did I date? Yes. I dated since I was 16, 17. I did. I went out on dates. I've been proposed to 3 times. I've been married twice. So I've been there. You looking for somebody that's been there, and I divorced both of my husbands, and I don't regret it, not one bit. I don't regret it, 100%. But I will say this. I did not do boyfriends. My first husband was my boyfriend. You know why he was a boyfriend? Because he paid for my books. He paid for my phone bill. He paid for me to travel on a plane to visit my family and visit him and all this other stuff. There was investment. Okay. I didn't have to worry about how I was going to eat. He made sure that I had money. Okay. I'm just telling you. You have to understand that this is all about honoring the feminine. If that man is talking about all this 50-50 stuff, you're on the wrong plane. You're on the wrong dimension. You need to stop that. Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, you date poor then. You can have it. You're more than welcome to have it. Because I guarantee you, there is no order there. Because you have to, but anyway, the point I'm making is that you have to start thinking about your own goals and your own needs. You need to start elevating yourself to start thinking a different level when it comes down to choices and decisions that you make. A lot of me, like, as soon as y'all start collectively start decentering, guess what happens? The men start to get it together. Not all of them gonna get it together, but some will take the memo. They will get the signal. They will get the sign, like, I need to change my life. I need to get myself together. These women are not playing with us, and I need to get myself accountable. There will be some men that will turn volatile. If not already, there's already that man that hit the girl with the brick just because she didn't speak. These are emotionally unhinged. So going into 2024, you need to clarify your vision and your goals without the involvement of a man. If you are you and there is no addition to you, you need to plan your future without the involvement of a man. It's okay. Like, you can dream of having a partner that's spiritual aligned and emotional, but you have to replenish yourself. Because I'm going to tell you this, there is a difference between choosing men in your life when you're emotionally whole and complete and you feel good about yourself, you feel good about your body, you feel good about your finances, you feel good about your business, you feel good about where you are in your life. And that way you can choose based on, I feel good, but I spot something here. Because guess what? You don't have to come from an emotional place to choose someone to come into your life. Because if you're emotional, that man's going to see you, oh, I can save her, or I can get her and I can just put her in my house and let her settle for this middle class life. No, she just needs somewhere to sit down and lay her head and cook for me. That's the transaction right there. I'll give you somewhere to stay. The cost is here that you cook for me. You don't want that kind of life. Because guess what? When you start building your business, they're going to start resenting you. But are you leaving? Are you going to leave me? That's why a woman is not encouraged to have an ambition. Once you start talking about ambition and wealth and we need to build this and we need to do this, the man gets triggered, especially when he's not in his rightful place, in his godly place, in his kingship. When they don't, like, they take that as an insult. Were you trying to say I ain't good enough? Did you not hear what I said? I said, well, let's build this. I want to see you do this. But this ain't enough. Where's this all coming from? Are you settled with being in this? This ain't the house I want to be at and stay at. I want a new house. Like, they get like there's a trigger to come up because you're telling me that I gotta come out and aim for more. Oh, honey, leave him alone. Leave him alone. She said, I'm in the exact space right now. I'm texting this guy and this is the convo and he ain't getting it. Just say, okay. See, I'm one of those type of people. I like clarity. So I'm just gonna be like, oh, well, this not gonna work for me. I wish you all the best and finding someone who will be okay with what you have. I think that's the thing. Like, you have to, like, there's some women that are okay with it. Well, He doing the best he can. Let me tell y'all something. I'm getting off of here because I gotta work. Men are not evolved. They're not. I'm going into the community here. A lot of men are not evolved. What do I mean by that? They're lazy. A lot of them are lazy. I love men. I love men. I think men are beautiful. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I do. I really do. There's a lot of men that I feel like they have the potential. Women, it's in our nature to see expansion. Just because I got this house don't mean I want to sit here. I want a bigger house. I want a bigger and bigger house. I want to feel grand. I want to go out onto my patio and drink coffee and look down into the pond and the lake or the beach. I want beauty around me. Like some women like dark houses and all this. Like, I don't understand. Like, if it was this, he said, what? See, that's what I said. The man will come into my house and he will be throwing up flowers. Like, I got this flower behind. Like, it'll be so many flowers because I'm a flower girl. Like, literally. He was like, if I see one more flower, I'm gonna scream. Well, that's how I am. And I want to see beauty in my spaces. I want to see pretty in my spaces. If I'm gonna be here, I want to be here and like I want pretty. Oh, wait, Jen said men like to conserve energy. That can be draining. Like to even aim for more than what he has, that's a lot. It's a lot for them. They be like, ooh, you telling me I need to go do what? Feel like you're saying I'm not enough. To see that joke, not like, oh, my woman is really challenging me. I want to keep her happy. I want to keep her happy. I want to start my business. I want to quit my job so I can start my business. And that man keep telling you no, and then no, I want you to, I want to quit my job. If that man really love you, he want to keep you around, he gonna pick up some extra hours. He gonna give you what you want so that you're happy. And sometimes, like women, we have to like be in our power with it. But he's struggling, and I want us to struggle. No, he needs to go get another job. My ex mother-in-law used to say stuff like, whatever you have to do to keep the woman happy, keep her happy. I don't care if you have to go get 3, 4 businesses, 3, 4 jobs, keep that woman happy. Now, that right there is because why? Biologically, women don't need, you need me. This is why I take marriage proposals so seriously, because if the man is offering his hand in marriage, he wants your hand in marriage. What does that mean? That means that if the life that I have right now, I want you to be a part of what I have going on. So if that man is in a 1-bedroom apartment and he barely can pay his own bills and he ain't got no car, you are saying yes to his life. He's asking you to be a part. Do y'all know what marriage proposals are? Do y'all like the whole point of them? It ain't to be pretty and roses and candles and your family watching and it ain't that. He wants to have you in his life as his, and this is at the core. I need y'all to understand the scientific part of this. I'm breaking this down so y'all can stop being in your feelings. Oh my God, what else to me? Why? He needs your energy. Your energy has been proven. Your body, your resources, you have been proven to be a good source for him. But if that man is emotionally intelligent and understanding and is managed emotionally, he is going to also value your brain. Men that are not connected with the soul is going to marry you because you're pretty, and that's it. Whatever that life, that's what I tell women, like you trying to get married again, you need to be emotionally intelligent enough so you can see what type of life this man has. If you're looking at him and you feel sorry for him and you're like, I can help him, I can get him together, girl, stop. You're marrying a project and you're marrying a son. He is going to get himself together and he's going to leave you for somebody else. That's usually what happens. They become unhappy because they see you with all these brains and, oh, he's so, I'm trying to get him together. We're teaching him this. You better wake up. Black women, especially, we're helpers by nature. We have a tendency to do that a lot. We need to stop. Y'all need to, that's why I tell you, stop treating these men like they're 10 and like they're in kindergarten. They're men. Women get triggered. Like I've had women to get triggered when I say this. I say, I don't feel sorry for men. I don't ever, ever, ever feel sorry for men. Ever. Now, if they have something like a disease that is terminal and, of course, and I didn't even feel sorry, but it's like, oh, I feel sympathy for that person. But I don't feel sorry for an able-bodied man. I don't. Girl, he's really trying to get it together. Okay, he gonna get himself together. So what are you doing? Why are you cut? Like, go buy him some diapers. Like, do you feel like you? Why am I like this? Why am I saying this? Right? Because I want men to do better. And I think that that's an insult to them that we actually want them to do better. I think that that is such a disservice to not require them to do better. Like if you're texting a man and this man is telling you all the things that you don't want to hear, but you're still texting him anyway and going out with him, that is you feeling sorry for him. Tell him go get his stuff together and come back. But get your bread up. It costs money to be with me. Or if you don't want to invest, you go somewhere else. It's fine. This is why women need to be building and creating. You need to be focused. We have to, I want to encourage, as women, we have to encourage our men to do better. Who likes to be at the bottom? Like socioeconomically, we are the Black community is at the bottom. I don't understand that. I don't understand how some people are okay with being at the bottom. That don't mean you have to stay there. Just because you're at the bottom don't mean you have to stay. If the men would go and get their bread up, because women have went to school, we've done the work, we're in therapy, we're taking care of our skin, we're taking care of our responsibilities, we're getting all our stuff together. If you are like a man, if I was a man, I would be an alpha male 100%. And women will say, for some reason, y'all will say stuff like, well, I don't like alpha men. Baby, bring him to me. I love alpha. Okay. I love alpha men. I love emotionally managed alpha men. They are amazing. And I don't care what the label you want to call them, but they are amazing. That's the only ones I respond to. Because I like my men to be men. Period. Period. I don't like babies. He should be self-fulfilled. He should be at a place of understanding of who he is. He should be aiming for more, but you coming in being a babysitter is not helping. That's why all these lists and stuff is so silly and immature to me. He needs to be this and you need to be his peace. No, how about he be peace and I be peace and we live a peaceful life together? Because you're not going to be volatile and make me like women are already emotional. No, you need to be my peace. If anything, men are the stable ones. Supposed to be anyway. Women are a little bit cray. No, I need you to be my peace. When I'm crying and it's around that time of the month, I need you to be like, girl, you all right? Go lay down, go take a nap. Don't worry about it. I got it. You just go take a nap. Goodness. That's a feminine woman right there. I need to be able to cry when it's that time of the month, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I had to come on. You see what I'm saying? So the whole be my peace thing is really misleading. because peaceful, like wealth is peaceful anyway. It's quiet. Wealthy neighborhoods are quiet. They don't have all that music blasting and all that foolishness and just stupidity and people all in the house and folk trash all in the curb and all this. Like, men need to be men. Like, if you see your neighborhood full of trash on the curb, why aren't the men like getting things together? Like, if you know that your schools where your children go to school, and why aren't the men adding and doing construction over there? Why aren't the men developing? Why aren't the men building empires? Why aren't the men building houses for their women? Don't you know they say that Black women are leading in evictions, in apartment evictions with children? Where are the men at? Somewhere finding someone else. Do you see what I'm saying? There has to be like other cultures, and I'm not trying to compare us, but I have to bring this up. Other cultures, they have spaces and safe spaces. They put their women on their own payroll. Like, it's understood that when men get paid, they pay the women in their family. Like, they automatically send money to the women who are not married in their family. Did y'all know that? I know the Indian Hispanic community, I've heard Hispanics do that. But we, it's almost like pulling teeth from a billy goat to get a man to do anything for his children. Why are we requiring men to do better? And he's doing the best he can because out there he is in he nobody respects him out there and he needs to be a king in his own house. Well, why aren't the men trying to conquer the patriarch, the patriarch that's in place? Why aren't they trying to conquer? Is it that's the kind of men I'm talking about? Why aren't the men going after? I don't care. Get together and take them down so you can be at the top. Don't be over here fussing at women. Women that did nothing to you. Why aren't you getting together and marching up the streets and going to battle for the patriarchy? Why aren't you battling? Why aren't you in battle? Y'all pointing at the wrong people. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm saying. But if I say these things, men get upset. Like, some men either. But what I'm saying is also is that start requiring men to do better. This is how you challenge them. It's not because you take them out to eat and, oh, she ain't giving me none, and it's a meal, like it's food. Well, it's expensive. Okay, so if this is an issue for you, why are we even having a conversation? This is why I tell women, like my best friend, I don't know if she's still on here now, but my best friend, when we go out to eat, we go to extravagant places because the standard for us is high. That's the kind of restaurants I do. I don't go to chain restaurants like that. Like Ruby Tuesday, I don't go to places like that. Now, if my family, we go, there's somebody that want to go after Sunday dinner or whatever, that's fine. But me personally, I don't go to places like that. If you do, that's fine. But the standard is high for me because I need to know why. If you are telling me that you want me to have your babies, I got to make sure that I can have your babies with ease because you're having babies for them. You're not having babies just for yourself. You're having babies for them. It's a wealth transfer. That's all babies are supposed to be in marriages. Marriages is to secure wealth, the man's wealth going down generations. Legacy is not children. Children are not legacies. I want to make sure that's very much understood. Your assets are legacy. What you leave is legacy, not humans. What you leave as far as assets and cash, estates, that's legacy. What are you known for is your legacy. So if a man dies and he was not a good father to his children, that's his legacy. A dad or not. This is why women, you need to start establishing your own legacy. What are you going to be known for? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to leave your children? That should be top of the litter right there. Stop running to men and saying, take care of me. And this is why you're frustrated. That's why I don't even date at this level, because I already know I'm going to be disappointed. I don't even date. Like I cut out all dating. I was like, no, I'm not dating because I already know I'm going to get frustrated. I don't need my emotions tied up as to why this man is not doing this and not doing that. No, I need a man that I can admire. I want to admire the man that I'm with. Y'all see what I'm saying? I want to look at him in admiration and inspiration, because it's a respect thing. That's when you respect is admiration. Do y'all get that? Well, she don't respect me because there's nothing to admire. I have to admire you. So there's an admiration, and then the man has to adore you. So admire and adore you. He has to adore you. You have to admire him for this thing to work. That's usually how it is. So when men talk about you don't respect me, I want respect. Do something that gives you respect. He has to be 5 steps ahead of me, 10 steps ahead of me for me to admire him. And it's not even for me to keep up with him, because there's no competition. Love comes after that. Asia said it perfectly. Yes, respect comes first. If I don't respect you, I will never love you, because I won't even see you as a man. I'll see you as a problem. Well, what about the woman? What about the woman then? Okay, y'all asking us. This is another thing. When men do that, like, what about y'all? It ain't about, like, we're fine. I don't know if you get this. We're okay. Like, you asking us, what about us? No, we're good. Women are fine. Like, we're okay. I think it's the thing, like, y'all are not okay. And you're waiting on us to get it together. And see, the harvest is right. I don't think y'all understand. Like, the harvest is right. The laborers are few. That principle can definitely be applied to that. There is plenty of women. I'm telling you 100%. There are plenty of women for the taking that are beautiful. They got their crap together. They're smart. But if men are not taking the hint, instead of trying to compete against somebody and bring them down, you need to be like, man, all these beautiful women out here, let me get me together. Not let me tear this woman down because I'm jealous of her ability to build a $1 million business. No, let me get to 5 million, because I want her in my life. And not to tear her down, but to double what we have. Because and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get off. We don't mate for intelligence. We mate for looks. And that's it. Oh, he's so cute, and he got pretty hair, and he has pretty skin, and she's exotic, and she's this, and she got long hair. That's it. Where's the intelligence? We mate for just looks only. We don't mate for intelligence. We don't mate for securing the bloodline. There's no bloodline security. We create children to be workers, because there's nothing you're pouring into them. There's nothing you can teach them but life skills and how to make up their bed and how to cook a meal. That's all you're teaching them. You're teaching them how to survive. You're not teaching them how to thrive. You see, there's a difference. When you're teaching your children nothing but life skills. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Because what would you, they don't make up their bed. Their maid's doing for them. These children get it right out of bed and they go and take care of themselves and get dressed and go to school. And their drivers take them to school. Their nannies take care of them. Like, those are middle class, poor types of disciplines. You see what I'm saying? You need to be teaching them how to manage stocks. You need to teach them skill sets that is going to keep the business rolling. Well, he needs to know how to make up his bed. Okay, that's fine, but there needs to be some other skills involved. How is this child going to run your empire? Why aren't we setting up the infrastructure for that? Like, if you're going to have, like, that's why I ask, like, I tell women, when men say they want to get married, ask them why. Man, I can see myself, because you see, and women get so excited when they hear that, like, I'm ready for a wife. I'm ready to settle down and give me a wife and have me some children. Okay, why? Why? Why do you want to get married? Don't you know that question would eat them up? Don't try it. Try it. I promise you, like, I really want, like, the next time you hear a man say that, I need y'all to, like, come back to my TikTok or come find me on Facebook. Find me and tell me, like, DM me and tell me what he said. Because I'm gonna tell you, every time they get very challenged and they get very triggered when you ask them that. Or they may say, give you a response like, I want to build a legacy, or I want to, I want to be alone. I don't think, women were made for me. How, or you can ask them, how are you preparing for that? How are you preparing for a wife? If he's in an apartment, you can forget it. Okay. You can just flat out forget it. Okay. If he's making anything less than $100,000, you can really 150, $200,000 to be honest. I really say 200K, because I'm gonna tell you this. $10,000 a month is poverty now. Like, I don't know if y'all got the memo. Like, I need you to get your bread up. And I'm not even being insulting. Like, literally get your bread up. Like, everybody needs to be at least $20,000 in revenue or cash coming in per month, like, period. If a man is not making at least $20,000 to $30,000 a month, I don't know. And if you want to come in here and be like, oh, yeah, but still, he's trying to do what? That's not enough. We're going to hyperinflation. This 2024 is going to get tight for a lot of people. And if you are trying to date, and these men are talking about, well, it ain't about the money. It's definitely about the money, sir. It's definitely about, I'm sorry, it is, but see, what I tell you though, anybody that gets offended when I talk about self-respect, self-sufficiency, they don't like that. They don't like it. So make sure your goals and make sure your goals are in alignment to what you desire. Men are going to catch up when they are supposed to catch up. We love them. We're sending them love. We're sending them wealth energy. We're sending them, but we also need to start stealing ourselves. Stillness creates more greatness. And we want to be whole and complete. And we want them to be whole and complete. And I think that's the thing men are missing. Like, we want them to be whole and complete. We want them to be okay. We want them to get themselves together. Some of them don't get themselves together, but they want us to take them at the level of them not having themselves together and to tolerate them not having their self together. And that's a detriment to the children. Because who wants to grow up in a traumatic household and all this arguing and stuff? So you need to be in a place where you can choose, where you can select, with understanding and hold the standard for your own self. Just like he needs to be able to do the same thing. And he chooses based on intelligence. And men need to be taught how to choose their own women. Not choose a woman because she's exotic and she's from another country, or she got long hair, or her color, because men tend to do that. They do that because they don't think about the emotional. They think only for looks. They don't go surface and so deep. They only look at visuals, and that's fine. You're supposed to look at visuals, but then if it stops there, that's a problem. Children have to be birthed from a legacy that is secured for them. So if you want healthy children, like we need more healthy babies born. One of my old clients told me she was pregnant the other day, and her and her husband are living very beautiful lives. I said, please make more babies because we need more loving people to produce loving children instead of traumatic children. And children that's all out of order. She just, and I love that. I want more healthy couples, healthy married couples, or healthy couples, period, to produce babies that are whole and complete. Instead of birthing them into spaces where they're not okay. But decentering men, it starts with the woman having a clarified vision for herself that are not involving men all the time. Like there is a place for them when you get there. But you can't even think right if you got men in your life that are not in alignment to where you're going, and you're taking the time, like you're taking too much time trying to figure out why he's not texting you back, and why he not asking me to go to we supposed to go out of town. I had told him we need to go out of town. He has no money. He has no money. Stop trying to force a life on him that he's not ready for. Okay. All right. So that's my spiel. I'm glad y'all enjoyed today's conversation. I hope that y'all will start to create goals and make plans that are for you and for you only. And then you'll be able to see the light. Okay. All right, TikTok, I'm gone. Y'all have a good day. All right, YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Subscribe.